In our previous class, we have started a discussion about discharge of contract. In that, we have seen that the contract may come to an end by performance. Second point, discharge by agreement. So, we are discussing about what are the ways how the contract will come to an end by way of an agreement between the parties. That is by way of novation, alteration, rescission, remission, waiver, accord and satisfaction. So these are the terms which may be asked for 2 marks in section A. They may ask you, sometimes these terms are asked like what do you mean by novation or what is remission. So these are the terms. So what is required for 2 marks, that much we are going to discuss here. Novation. What is novation? Novation means substitution of a new contract for the existing one is called as novation. So instead of in place of old contract, new contract comes into existence. Old contract will be discharged. So it is replacement of one contract by another new contract. Because of new contract, old contract will come to an end, that is called as novation. So the new contract may be either between the same parties. So who are the parties to the old contract? The new contract may be between the same parties or between the different parties also. And the consideration for new contract is the discharge of old contract. Consideration of new contract means what they have decided to do in a new contract, that is the discharge of the old contract. So old contract will come to an end because what they have decided to do in new contract, old contract will come to an end. So one contract, old contract has been replaced by new contract, that is called as novation. Substitution of new contract for the existing contract is novation. Because of novation, old contract comes to an end. It will be discharged. Example of it is A owes money to B. So A has to give 1000 rupees to B under a contract. Now it is agreed between A, B and C that B shall accept C as his debtor instead of A. So it has been decided between these three parties that rather than asking for repayment of loan from A, B should ask repayment of the money 1000 rupees from C. It is decided between these parties. Now because of this agreement between A, B and C, old debt, that is old contract to repay the loan that was between A and B, it will come to an end. And the new debt between C and B has come into existence. So one contract which was between A and B with respect to repayment of 1000 rupees, it will come to an end and a new contract between C and B will come into existence. That is novation. One contract has been replaced by another contract. Now B will ask the money from C, not from A. Second point is alteration. How by way of an alteration contract will come to an end? Alteration, it means change. Alteration means change in one or more the terms of the contract. If few terms of the contract are altered, that is called as alteration. Alteration is valid if it is done with the consent of all parties. So both the parties to the contract must have ready, or it must be done with the consent of all the parties to the contract. Alteration made with the consent of all the parties results in discharge of original contract. If the change is made with the consent of both the parties to the contract, the old contract, so original contract which was there, that will come to an end, and the new contract altered as per the altered terms, it will come into existence. So it means the change in one or more of the terms of the contract. Alteration is valid if it is done with the consent of all the parties. Example of it is A enters into contract with B for supply of 100 bags of rice on 1st of August. So there is a contract between A and B. As per that contract, A has to supply 100 bags of rice to B on 1st of August. But afterwards, both the parties, A and B, agree to postpone the date of performance of contract. They decide that the delivery of the rice will be done on 1st of September. So this change amounts to alteration in the terms of the contract, making changes in the terms of the contract, and this is by way of an agreement. Due to alteration, the original contract will come to an end. Next point is rescission. Now, what does it mean by rescission? Rescission means cancellation of the contract. So if the contract is cancelled, rescission results in the dissolution of contract. Contract will come to an end. What is the difference between rescission and novation? Rescission means the contract will be cancelled, not in existence at all. There will be dissolution of contract. But in case of novation, one contract is dissolved, another contract comes into existence. One contract comes to an end, but it will be replaced by another contract. In case of rescission, it will be total cancellation of contract. No another contract comes into existence instead of one contract. So how the rescission will take place? In three ways. Contract can be rescinded, means cancelled, in any of the following ways. By mutual consent. If the parties, so previous example we will take, there was an agreement between A and B to supply 100 bags of rice on 1st of August. They amongst themselves they decide that we will cancel that contract. A says that I do not have stock to supply 100 bags of rice. B says that even I don't have money to pay to you. So we will cancel that contract. So by mutual consent, the contract may be cancelled, that is rescission, or by the aggrieved party. Aggrieved party means the party who has suffered a loss due to non-performance by the other party. That party is called as aggrieved party. Say for example here, A is ready to supply 100 bags of rice on 1st of August. But B says that I don't have money, I will not pay anything to you now. I can't accept the delivery of 100 bags of rice. Who is aggrieved party? A is aggrieved party. A is the person who is ready to perform his part of contract, but B is not ready to perform his part of contract. A, aggrieved party, may consider that as if the contract has been cancelled. Even he will not perform his part of contract. Or by the party whose consent is not free consent. So we have seen that whenever the consent of one of the parties to the contract is not free consent, that party will have two options in case of voidable contract. If the consent is not free consent, the contract will be voidable at the option of the party whose consent is not free. Voidable means what? Two options will be available to that party. Which is the one option? Either to rescind the contract, means either to cancel the contract or to perform the contract. So when the consent to a contract is not free consent, the party whose consent is not free, that party can cancel that contract. So this is the three ways in which the cancellation of the contract will take place. That is known as rescission of contract. Next point is remission. Remission means what? Remission means acceptance of a lesser sum than what was contracted for. So when one person says that he is ready to accept something less than what is contracted for, some less amount or even lesser fulfillment of promise which is made. So when one person says that I am ready to accept less than what is due, that is called as remission. A owes 5,000 rupees to B. So A has to give 5,000 rupees to B. A pays B and B accepts 2,000 rupees. So instead of 5,000 rupees, A pays only 2,000 rupees. A accepts it in satisfaction of whole debt. Whole debt is discharged. So the original debt was with respect to repayment of 5,000 rupees. A had to pay 5,000 rupees to B. But B knows that A do not have 5,000 rupees, he has only 2,000 rupees. B says that even if you pay 2,000 rupees now, I will think that you have paid 5,000 rupees and cancel I will lose my right to ask for 5,000 rupees in satisfaction of the whole debt. So B pays 2000 rupees, whole debt will be satisfied. Original debt was of 5000 rupees. It will come to an end by acceptance of 2000 rupees by B. Whole debt will be discharged. Next is waiver. Waiver means to give away. So waiver means it is the abandonment of right. So one party to a contract who has a right, he is giving away his right. He is abandoning his right. That is called as waiver. It means abandonment. That means giving away of right which a person is entitled to. One person has a right and he is leaving his right. He is waiving his right. He does not want his right to be, or his part, he does not want that right. A party to a contract may waive his rights under the contract. Party who has right, he will have a right to waive that right also, give away that right also. So, whereupon, because of such waiver, the other party to a contract is released from his obligation. So, what is waiver? Waiver means abandonment, giving away the right which the person has. A party to a contract may waive his rights under the contract. Because of such a waiver, other party is released from his obligation to perform in the contract. What is an example of waiver? So there is one person A. A promises to B to paint a picture for him. So who has a duty? A. It is A's duty to paint a picture for B. Who has a right? B has a right to get the picture painted from A. A promises to paint a picture for B. That is B's right to get the picture painted from A. But later, B stops A from painting a picture for him. B says that don't paint a picture for me. So he himself, he forbids A from painting a picture for him. Now because of that waiver, A is no longer bound to perform the promise. So A is released from his obligation to paint a picture for B because B himself, he has abandoned his right. He has waived his right to get the picture painted from A. So this is waiver. Next is accord and satisfaction. Now what is accord and satisfaction? It is similar to remission. Accord means what? Accord means the promise to accept less than what is due under the old contract. When one person says that he is ready to accept less than what is due, that is called as accord. Satisfaction means the payment or fulfillment of smaller obligation, that is satisfaction. An accord is unenforceable. So when one person promises to accept less than what is due, that is not enforceable in the court of law. But when an accord is followed by satisfaction, it discharges pre-existing obligation. When immediately person pays that, it will lead to discharge of pre-existing obligation. Example of it, accord. A has to give 1000 rupees to B. A knows that B does not have 1000 rupees. He has only 800 rupees. A says that I will accept 800 rupees instead of 1000 rupees. That is accord. Means promise to accept less than what is due under the old contract. That is accord. Satisfaction. Immediately after listening to this, immediately B pays 800 rupees to A. That is called as satisfaction. That is fulfillment of the smaller obligation. Payment of the smaller obligation. Accord itself means when A says that I am ready to accept less money, that is 800 rupees, accord is not enforceable. But when accord is followed by satisfaction, immediately B pays 800 rupees and get himself discharged from the obligation. It will discharge the obligation between the parties. Clear? Accord and satisfaction. Sometimes it is asked for 2 marks. Example again. A owes B 1000 rupees. A has to give 1000 rupees to B. B agrees. B says that I am ready to accept 750 rupees in full satisfaction. If you pay 750 rupees, you will be discharged from obligation to pay 1000 rupees. agreement to pay 750 rupees is an accord. And actual payment, when B actually pays 750 rupees, it will be a satisfaction. So the contract, original contract to pay 1000 rupees, it will come to an end by satisfaction after making a payment by the party to a contract. So these are the ways how the contract will come to an end by an agreement between the parties. Thank you.